Hey, Gemly. Yep, I am actually going to live stream with a messy hairdo. Look at this. I sort of did a funny braid to it, but I'm going to be sweating it up all day, so this really doesn't matter. So, I got to go run that out. I've started working on this. So, this is our food shelf. This is going to be like our pots and pans and dishes shelf. This is all getting changed up today. This is all the clean dishes that need to get put up on the shelf. But I have to show you guys something. You're not ready for this. I've already told you guys that we do not have an air conditioning unit for this space, right? So we have the small one, which was meant for like a 300 square foot area. This is 900 square feet. We've been dying up here because we have been in the middle of the heat, and that air conditioner just can't keep up with the space. So I did something. But anyway, let me show you guys first things first. Like I said, got to get all this all has to come down today. Sorry, I just drank coffee, so I have like phlegm from drinking milk. So I did this, right? So I got the two shelves here. The stuff from storage here. So we've got the big bins. These all have to get gone through because they're going to get displayed. Like there's pictures in one of these. The other one's like my books, all my books and stuff. Like all the crates back there are all like books except for two. One is my stuffed animals and the other one is Christmas stuff. But all the rest of the crates are just books, which we don't have a bookshelf right now because bookshelves are being used for cabinetry until we get our cabinet stuff put in. But anyway, you guys ready for this? Oh, I'm gonna step over here. All the way, 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 all the way. So, we put in the doggy door. I gotta put the seal on there because I just did this. But I've got the stuff that will seal this so we won't have that large crack in the door. This is also where I noticed that this door is not level. It has where up here it's together, and then as you go all the way down, it has a big gap. I took this out to test theory because I was like, wait a second, shouldn't it be like, because this is bedded nice and even in there. So then I shut the door and it's the same way when it's in the actual frame. But anyway, that's beside the point. So here's what I did. We put the air conditioner back on that side again instead of here. This right here, I stuffed it with pillows and some old blankets, wrapped them all up, shoved it in there to stop the heat from coming in from outside, because that is the big unit that's out here on the patio. So I had some stuff in the RV that we used with the RV, especially when it was flooding and the rains and all that. So a neighbor was really kind and gave us something very handy. It's in great shape. So hi, Leslie. Who else did I miss? And Megan. Hi, Megan. And so this is what I decided to do. We took the air conditioner back on that side. I also grabbed the big insulation pieces, like they're like styrofoam, thick styrofoam pieces, put them in the window so to block any heat from coming in through the window, right? And it deflects the sun away from the window. And, oh God, I don't think you guys are ready. This looks so tacky, but it's a temporary fix until we can get, one, a new AC unit in here, and two, get the actual walls put up. Ta-da! You guys, this is so horrible, but for now, that's what we've got. This is all the stuff that needs to get put up. So I've got the other TV for our living room space, and the large dog kennel is underneath there. Just kind of random stuff that needs to be put away. But you guys, I'm not even kidding. This is our temporary wall until we get everything done. So our little doorway is here. I'm not going to show you too much in here, you guys, because Sarah is sleeping. She's got to work later. But this is Sarah's dresser and TV. I'm not going to show you Sarah because she's laying down, but this is Sarah's bed. We got the AC unit, my computer, my bed, and my dresser, and it just kind of goes around, right? So, I mean, it is a good size space. So like I said, this is our air conditioning unit. It's only made for 300 square feet. House is 900. So we've got my side of the room for now, and then Sarah's side of the room, like I said, her bed's down here. I'm not gonna really show you guys too much of her. She's sleeping, so I'm not gonna bother her. She's gotta go to work in a little bit. And then we just kind of come out the door. And like I said, all this stuff is gonna get gone through. I'm going out to get everything out of the RV today. So the last of the RV stuff is coming up here today, which is not much. It's like just like our bathroom stuff that was in there, my arts and crafts, like my arts and crafts box, and the last of the hang-up clothes that are in the closet over there. Otherwise, everything else is here. So all of our dishes are here. Everything's out of the RV except for those couple of items. Oh, and then Penny. I have to go grab Penny out of the RV because she's still in the RV until I found a good spot for her. And she's actually going to get to set up here so she could be overlooking the household. If you're not sure who Penny is, Pretty Penny was our pup that we took in. We only got to love her and just like, oh, she had my heart. We had her for 5 short weeks, but in those 5 short weeks, she just captured our hearts. And I'm sad that she only got 5 really good weeks of life. Everything else, her 5 years of her existence was abuse and neglect and just a terrible, terrible life. And the last 5 weeks, we were able to give her affection and love and a home that meant what a home's supposed to be. So as sad as it is that she's gone, I can take in good faith that she at least got to know what love and affection and a cozy bed was, and a hot bowl of food, and just cuddles and ear scratches and belly rubs. She got all those things and fun toys and other doggos to play with and interact with versus feeling terrified. And but she was seriously such a huge impact. You wouldn't think that in 5 short weeks that something would have so much impact, but I think her story was what really, really got to me, and where she came from and to where we got to have her had a huge impact on myself and Sarah. So, but this is what we're doing. So we're getting all this done. Like I said, Sarah's got to go to work she's working night shift tonight, so she's sleeping right now. And I got to get all these dishes put up. I got to clear all this because the refrigerator is being brought up. I wasn't going to bring it up here at first. But then yesterday, I'm going to sit down for a minute. I'm actually going to sit down with you guys, okay? Because it just feels better. And I've been going, and if you're a female and you have ever been, menstruating, you'll get it. I'm not feeling very good. So, anyway, so I got to get all this stuff cleaned up. Don't turn that. Whoop. Hit my funny bone. So I got to get all this stuff cleaned up. And I've got to do some more measurements because we think we have pretty much the idea of exactly how we want to do the room setup. Sarah and I talked about it yesterday. What we want to do is we want to get it set up so that this is all walled in right here, right? So it's a big wall. And then with that big wall in place, what we want to do is put one singular door in the center, and then leave a gap so that there's like a hallway when you go through that door. So there's a hall to each side and then a wall straight down the middle. It'll be a temporary wall, so it won't be anything that's permanently placed in, but a temporary wall that sits down the middle because eventually she's going to move out on her own. So I want to be able to readjust that space down the road, but then have that temporary wall down the middle so that she has her side of the room, I have my side of the room. The biggest thing is going to be once we get the AC unit in. Hi, Shania. Did you really? Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Gabby. You got a new puppy. What kind of puppy? So we do have the dog door in, like I just said. So the cat's litter box is officially outside. And I'm I laughed last night because both cats reacted to that door like it was the best thing in the world. And Mocus and Bella both spent probably a good quality amount of time last night just chilling outside. It was really nice and windy, so the breeze felt really good. So they both just were like, we're out, and went outside. Bella was up on top of the air, it's not an air conditioner, the swamp cooler unit. And was laying down up on top of the swamper, just enjoying, the sunlight, but the amazing breeze that was going with it. It wasn't even a breeze, it was windy. She just was enjoying it. So right now the litter box is just outside the dog door. We're doing the same training we did before. So the litter box is just outside the dog door, so when they go out, it's right there. What we'll do as time goes, we'll move it to the other, like we're gonna move it a little bit further away from the dog door, and it'll be in front of the swamper unit. So then they'll have to go a little bit further out to get to the litter box. And then the last step is to move it completely to the opposite side of the swamper unit, because over there is a completely shaded zone. And then we have the swamper unit and then the railing. So what I want to do is close off that area and the top, so that way the girls have that spot under, like under a covered area the whole day, so that they can just go right there. So far, both girls have realized that we're up on a top floor. Bella walked around the perimeter of the roof last night, realizing that we're up here, and if she jumps down, she's not getting back up. And if she went over to the stairs, and she checked out the stairs a little bit. So I think she's realizing that she's got one way down and one way up, and that's the staircase. Mocus won't even stray too far past the litter box. But Bella's more adventurous. She loves being outdoors. So I'm just like keeping a real close eye on her when she does come out right here. So far we've been lucky enough because we don't have any big trees right here. And we also don't have any big power poles that are right where in eye shot of any owls. So if owls are out, usually they hunt by sitting and looking, and they find their prey, then they go in. They usually don't fly around trying to find their prey, usually. Because Bella and Mocus, well, Mocus is heavy as heck, but Bella is very petite. Mocus is shorter than Bella lengthwise, but she's like girthy and solid, whereas Bella is she's long and very thin, just very petite. She's got the tiniest little paws. She weighs probably a whopping 5 pounds, 6 pounds. She's very tiny. And Mocus probably weighs about 7 to 9. So she's got Bella beat by a couple of pounds. But then again, she eats like a horse and then pukes it all up and eats some more and pukes it up, because that's Mocus. We've even tried doing like where you do the small amount of feed to give her separately throughout the day, and she still vomits anyway. Because she'll do that and then she'll go and chug a bunch of water. So she's like the cause of her own dismay every single time. So we have spent time every single day cleaning up Mocus puke, because Mocus eats until she throws up, or drinks until she throws up. I've talked to the vet about it. She says we'll limit her food to a small amount at a time. So we've done that, but then she drinks a whole bunch of water on top of the food, which forces her to puke. So I even mentioned that. She says, well, then it's just one of those things, that she's just one of those cats who will continue to do that. She's even gone so far as where she'll drink a whole bunch of water, puke it up, and go drink some more water, because she's Mocus. And she's almost 4 years old. She'll be 4 years old in September. And she's crazy. She's crazy. I don't know why I thought she was going to be 5, because I kept thinking she's going to be 5, but then I looked back at the videos, and we got her in 2016. So we got Bella in beginning of 2016, and then we rescued Mocus late 2016. And that was 2016, so that's only 4 years ago. Mocus was a 2-week-old kitten when we rescued her in September. So there's that. And then Bella was born first week of April. So her birthday's like April 4th. So, but for now, we have the AC in the bedroom. We were trying to figure out a way to set it so it was 2 separate spaces, but Sarah's like, Mom, right now, I don't care. We need to just have it so we're cooled off, because right now it is so freaking hot. So that side of the room is nice and cool. So with that being said, as you guys can tell, because right now I'm sitting like where the bathroom and kitchen area is. So this whole area now becomes the living room and kitchen. Like I said, this right here is going to stay here, but the stuff behind it will not. because a lot of that stuff is going to be displayed, right? So we're going to have stuff going up. So I figure once we get a good wall put in right there, I'm really leaning towards bringing the door over further to one side. Like I need to pick what side I want the door to go on, because here's the reason. Because I need to pick that so that when I do set this up as my room, it's not going to have that door smack in the middle. Plus, I would love to utilize a large wall space, right? So if I can do a large wall space, we can put a couch here with like maybe like a sectional couch here, and then we can have like the TV area, stuff like that, so that's an actual living room. Because once the counters go in over here, we're going to have the refrigerator here, and then what I'm going to be doing is closing off behind the refrigerator, right? So there'll be an area that's going to be closed off because I want to be able to ventilate the refrigerator out so that the heat of the fridge isn't coming in through here. So we want to do a small ventilation setup so that the heat of the refrigerator is being blown out, which it's not a lot. Like, it's an energy efficient refrigerator, so it doesn't have the big coils on the back, so it's not like producing a ton of heat. But down at the bottom next to the motor, you can feel the little bit of heat that does come off there, and it's not a lot. It's a very little bit. And then I'm going to be putting in a countertop here. And I'm looking at getting what they call an apartment. It's called an apartment stove combo, oven stove combo. It's all electric, 110. So it's a 120 volt. You put the plug on it yourself. You order it with it. I know I have. I've lost a lot. Yeah, I've lost altogether now, if I count it out, since January of 2019 to this point right now, I've lost a total of 87 pounds. So, if anybody's wondering, it's a lot. So I've lost 87 pounds total in a year and a half. So in 18 months now, I've lost 87 pounds. The first chunk of weight that came off was, wow, what just happened to my lighting? I don't know what happened. I don't know if I would say congrats in that way. What I've lost recently has been because of, like, one, we live in the dying heat. Like, I'm dying of heat stroke half the time. But the other thing is, of course, I've been really limited with what I choose to eat. We do have stuff on the shelf there, as you can see. So I do have like gumbo and jambalaya, mac and cheese, because, mac and cheese. I don't eat boxed mac and cheese. That was actually given to us, and I'm not a fan of it. Sarah will eat it at some point, but not really. What is that right there? That's the ragu, like cheesy pasta stuff that you put on noodles. So I have noodles, pasta, all that. These are like, that's Alfredo noodles. Sarah really likes those as a side dish when we have like chicken or something. Then we have ramen. You gotta always have ramen. Yeah, I don't like boxed mac and cheese. I'm not a fan of it. Then, of course, right here, that is my everyday breakfast. If everybody's ever wondering what I eat, literally, I don't care how hot it is, how cold it is, whatever, when I eat every morning, it's a pack of oatmeal. You can do different fruits in it with the sugary, creamy stuff. So I do that one. I limit that one to only 2 days out of the week. The rest of the time, it's just your basic oatmeal. So I like it really basic because you guys are going to get grossed out. So you have to tell me if you guys do this too, because I also use grits. But with my oatmeal, I will shred cheddar in it with a little bit of salt. And so always have ramen. Yeah, always have ramen, because you can do so many things with ramen. One of the big things I do with ramen is I fry it. So I will fry the ramen, and then I will add Sarah does the beef ramen. I can't do the beef, but I'll do like a chicken ramen, and I'll fry it up, and then I will dice chicken up in it with usually like a broccoli or something. Steam the broccoli and then throw it in there with it. It's really, really good. We have pancake mix, which I love doing pancakes. Sarah's not a big fan of pancakes. She'd rather waffles. So, but I'm not a waffles fan. So, I don't know. It's just not my thing. And then we have all of our veggies. So we got veggies down here, and then all my baking stuff on the bottom. Still got to go get all the rest of the baking stuff out of the RV. Grits and cheese. Now that's good. Yeah, exactly. I love grits, but I've also found that you can do a whole steel cut oat, where you can do the steel cut oats, and after you've let them like get nice and good, then you can throw cheddar in there too with it, and it's still really, really good. I don't know if other people would do that. It was something I just tried randomly because I was like, oatmeal by itself, anybody knows this, oatmeal by itself is just wrong. It's wrong, okay? I also love to do overnight oats. Overnight oats do not work with steel cut oats. Just an FYI. They take longer to cook, and they're not like pre-prepped like your quick oats are. So instant oats are the way to go if you're gonna do overnight oats. So that's a quick suggestion I'm gonna give you guys. But overnight oats are one of my favorites. I will do an almond milk with overnight oats. So I'll do the almond milk with the overnight oats and fresh chopped up peaches. That's my go-to. Banana's okay in it. And strawberries okay, but the strawberries get super, super soggy when you do it. And I know you can do the fruit after they've soaked, but then it's kind of, it doesn't really get the good flavor. So the peaches, I found when you lay the peaches on the very top after you've got the milk in there, and you've got, because I said almond milk is what I use. You can use whatever one, but I'll do the almond milk with the oats, and then I'll lay peaches on top, and then I'll cover it, because you got to cover it and stick it in the refrigerator. Best thing ever. They're like, especially on a hot morning, they're grits. And so I was like, I want grits, but I don't have any. So can I do the cheddar and salt with the oats? Would it work? So yes, it does work with the steel cut oats, for me anyway, because oats are very bland tasting anyway, so is grits. So if you take something really bland and you add something savory to it, it just enriches it, and it's really good. You can also do that. Peaches are so good, Larry. You're such a weirdo. I love you to death, though. But another thing you can do with oatmeal, if you're going to do oatmeal, you can slice up like fresh strawberries, and add a little bit of almond milk to it. I don't ever cook my oats in milk. Some people do. I've never cooked them in milk. Well, one, I don't drink milk to begin with, but I'll do like an almond milk. Or something else I found that I really, really, really like recently is like a, what do they call it? I forgot what it's called. It's another newer type milk stuff that's out. Not coconut milk, because that doesn't work out, because then everything tastes like a coconut flavor. I love coconut, don't get me wrong. That's not what you want your oats to taste like in the morning. But there's almond milk, which is one I've been using. There is, that's what it is. It's not new, lactate, because it is a milk, but it's got no lactose in it. All right, Kelly, good luck at your appointment. Have a great day. So yeah, that's that. But like I said, I have so much I have to do today, but I also know that I think Mother Nature decided to come in and give me a swift kick in the rear end, because I haven't stopped. Even on my day, the Saturday, Sunday, which was Sarah's 2 days off, I had said, I'm not doing anything. And then I turned around and moved our beds, our dressers, everything into that side of the house. I put up the big tarp, which looks so stupid. By the way, ramen, rotisserie chicken, thyme seasoning is awesome. Oh, that sounds so good, Larry. That sounds so good. I'm gonna have to try that out. But here's the thing. Do you like your ramen with the broth? Or do you like your ramen a little more like a lo mein style? So for me, I prefer to do ramen without the broth, because to me it seems like the broth just goes to waste, because I'm not gonna drink it. So for me, I've always been a big fan of like frying it up, or after I've cooked the noodles, to only use a little bit of water, stir up the seasoning into that, and make it more of a kind of, you know, like when you do mac and cheese texture. No broth, exactly, no broth. Yeah, I prefer no broth. I like to just use just enough water that you can get the seasoning mixed up into it, and then let the noodles kind of soak it up the rest of the way, and then add all the goodies to it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of having the broth. So, sorry guys, but TMI, but I have cramps so bad. So I think Mother Nature's trying to kick me in the gut right now and tell me to take a day off. Though I feel like I can't, you know what I mean? I do know though, if I try to do too much today, it's going to be a mess. And that sounds really disgusting, but it's the truth. So if you're a female in here and you have really heavy flow, you know what I'm talking about. And one, it's painful and it's heavy and it sucks. And I know if I do anything that requires any kind of lifting or anything, it's only going to be for 2 seconds and I'm going to realize I can't be doing it. And my hair looks like a hot mess, which, like I said, I threw it back into a quick braid because it's getting super long and in my way. But I can say this, last night was the first night since we've been up here where we froze our tuchuses off back there. It was actually cold enough that I actually had to get under the blankets. Sarah got cold enough that she actually got her blanket out. Yeah, it's so not fun. It's not. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, ugh. But yeah, Sarah was like, Mom, you promised me you were going to take the time off. And I said, yeah, but I'm dying of heat stroke up here. And I needed to figure out something so that we weren't melting in here. And so I told her, I said, I had to do something. Like I had to. There was no other choice at this point. I had to do something to get us out of the heat. And so that was the solution. Be it a horrible looking solution, but a solution. Samantha, hi sweetheart, how are you? Long time not see you in the streams. So today, after Sarah goes to work, I'm gonna do some rearranging back there. I told her I wanted to close it in a little bit more so that during the daytime, that will be able to keep up with it. Right now, the space back there that we've opened up, like that we've closed in, is now probably almost, it's a little more than like the RV and a half. Pomeranian Chihuahua, oh my God, how cute. I bet it's so tiny. I bet it's so tiny. But the space back there is like the size of the RV and add an extra half of the RV to it. So it's a larger space than 300 square feet. I think we closed in just almost 400 square feet. And that's still too big of an area for that air conditioner. Why don't get the kind of welcome? I saw you roll your eyes when I, because I love you, Larry. Because I love you, Larry. Because I know when you come in here, you're going to come in just to give me a hard time. I already know that. So I roll my eyes because I know what's coming. It's like watching you're like the teenage kid who watches their parent walk in the room and you're just like, oh, good Lord. Tennessee. Nice. So while Sarah is at work tonight, I'm going to relocate and push the tarp back a little bit. We're going to close in that space a little bit more. We're going to, love is hard. And I also want to get the curtain on the other side of the fan, of the ceiling fan. I know that sounds stupid, but here's my reasoning. So far what we have found, when we shut that ceiling fan off, the flow of the air works in there better because our floors in here get hot, right? Because we're on the second floor and the garage down below us is super hot. She's doing great. She's actually sleeping because she's got night shift tonight. So she's working nights tonight and then she has a day off and then she'll do a day shift. So she works tonight, night shift, has a day off in between, then comes to day shift. I think she has 2 day shifts back to back, and then she has a day off, 1 more night shift, and then 2 days off. So, yeah, so she's got kind of a really wonky schedule. But anyway. Oh, nice. Named Snow. That's cute. So I'm going to pull that back behind the fan, shut that off. Like I said, we're over the top of a 3-car garage. He passed away. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Sorry, that was Sarah's boss. Because she's sleeping because she's supposed to work tonight. I think he's saying that no, he's going to have her take tonight off and then work Tuesday, Wednesday. So he's changing her days. Okay. So, because she was supposed to have Wednesday off, but now she's going to, so now she's going to have today off, I think. We're going to find out here in a minute. He'll text me back. But yeah, so if she has today off, she's going to be mad at me because that means I got to move her around while I'm doing this. Well, good, because then she can help me get that. Her hamster passed away already. You have to remember, her hamster was, gosh, baby lived for forever for a hamster. She was not supposed to live as long as she did, and she lived past her expectancy, what their normal expectancy is. She lived well past that by, I think, over 6-7 months past. So yeah, her baby passed away in February, beginning of February. So because Honey also passed away. Honey passed away in January, last week of January, and then baby passed away in February. Yeah, you said that a minute ago. Yeah, named Snow. So yeah, baby passed away in February and Honey passed away in January. And then I went ahead and sold the hutch that I had for Honey. Went to a great home for a lady who had chickens. So she used it for her chickens, which works, honestly. It's not actually meant for chickens, but she wanted something to keep her baby her young chicks in until they were big enough for the outside enclosure. So she wanted something for the inside. Okay, that's awesome. So a girl named Max. Actually, I love that because, of course, Mad Max from Stranger Things is a girl. But anyway, you guys, my biggest challenge today is going to be getting that thing moved. See, I really wish that I had something else to use, but the tarp, like I said, for now, it literally is, it's like one of those things where you're just like, you got to do what you got to do until you get the stuff that you need. And because we depleted my entire savings account for the freaking RV that just kept breaking, yeah, see, that's like 3 years. And the type of hamster Sarah had, expectancy is supposed to be between 18 months to 2 years. Well, 15 months to 2 years is their range. And she lived almost 2.5. So just shy of 2.5. So that's crazy long time for a hamster, especially the type of hamster. She was one of those little teeny tiny ones. And they normally don't live very long. They usually have very short lives. And so, anyway, besides the point. So, today, I'm going to first move the beds and stuff. I'm not going to move the wall until we get our beds right where I want them. Because I want to put our TVs, and I'm taking that table out of there. What I have what I have is my desk. And I'm going to put the entire dresser over there because the dresser's only about yay wide. I love when I say that. It's only about this wide. And so I'm just going to set my computer desk up, my computer up on there with the TV because I use the TV as a monitor when I game stream. So I need to get my last of my Jesus criminy. Get the last of my streaming stuff out, which I have underneath the table in there. So I have my streaming PC in there and stuff like that. So I need to get that all set up so that I can stream, and I've got the Elgato inside the RV. So that all has to come over, get that all set up, because then I can start streaming again. I want to get that done. Once that's finished, we're going to get the dresser to that back wall. Then I'm going to slide my bed over because my bed, lo and behold, is going to become my chair for my setup for now. Because, you kind of have to go with what you got. Wow, really? How did they figure that out? That's crazy. And then Sarah's dresser is going to go on her side of the window with her TV set up and her Xbox and stuff. And then her bed going. So our footboards are going to be facing each other. So what I want to do, and this is going to sound super crazy to you guys. So we're going to move the wall. And then we're going to close off that side of the house. And then we each have a side. So I need to get another small sheet to put over here so we both have a doorway. And then the smaller tarp is going to go right between us. So right at our footboards, right where our feet are, is going to drop the other tarp down between us. So that way we have a divided space, but the area where the AC is going to be open all the way. So right along the window area where our dressers are with our TVs, and the AC will be there, but we'll have a tarp between us, but not closing off anybody from the air conditioner. So it'll be a divided space for each of us to have our own division, and then we'll have our own little doorways coming in right at our beds. So that way we can at least have our own little privacy, but yet an area that's air conditioned. And then when you come out here, we can actually set up something right in the center of that curtain area. That'll look good. I'm trying to decide if I want to get something to put like on this side of the curtain that looks a little more appealing. So like a blanket of some kind, or like a heavier curtain. I thought about doing like the blackout curtains. I thought about doing something like that. Extending it so that it would cover that area so it doesn't look like the tarp, you know? And the blackout curtains are nice and heavyweight, so they wouldn't be like blowing around with the ceiling fan on this side of it. And I'm super nauseous right now, you guys. I think it's because I'm getting warm. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Hamsters can't have sugar, makes like snow peas. Wait, yes, my hamster is Wow, really? I don't know, because I know that with baby, like I said, she lived way longer than a hamster is supposed to, and one of her favorite bits was to get pieces of watermelon, small little slivers of apple. She loved like fresh veggies and carrot. So, and then of course hamster feed. But she pretty much had a very wide diet. Like I said, but she's such a tiny little thing. Like when we would give her stuff, it would be like little tiny slivers of it, which is really good for them. You just have to be careful. Any rodent, for that matter, even guinea pigs, you have to be careful with how much sugar you give them, because it's not good for them. But you can give them little bits of like apple and stuff like that, because it actually is beneficial for like the vitamins. Just has to be, you have to just do it in very, very small amounts and in moderation. However, depending on what I would say what your vet would say, especially if they do any blood work or anything like that, that's what I would go with. But yeah, and sorry, there's a piece of hair on the screen. It was driving me nuts. But yeah, so today I'm going to try to just limit too much activity. And then what I'm going to do is get the biggest thing is we need to get the refrigerator up here. One, because it's just so hot going back and forth out this door to go to the refrigerator. The refrigerator is downstairs, down on the patio. And it is so hot going back and forth. So I need to go down there anyway, because I need to go put Sarah's work clothes and laundry in the dryer. So I got to go do that in a minute. But I think she's going to have today off. So yeah. Which is good, because I think it would benefit her, because like I said, she worked 11 days straight. And then on top of those 11 days straight, she had 2 days where she had seizures during work, continued working through it. And she was exhausted. Even yesterday took her a long time to get herself up and going, because she's not used to that kind of go, 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 go. Wow, congrats. 26 years old. Awesome. That's awesome. You guys, I'm going to be 41 in 21 days. I'm so old. But yeah. Okay, my hair on my neck is driving me nuts. I may have to put it actually up in a ponytail. I didn't want to do a ponytail today because I really don't want the headache. And I mean that like in the actual physical sense. Like when I put it up in a ponytail, it gives me a headache. But I also know that this is starting to stick to my neck because it's hot and I'm sweaty. And my hair is sticking to me. So, you guys, I'm just like, oh my God, my back. Can I just say one thing though? Since we've been up here and I got my bed out of storage, I have had some of the best nights of sleep being back in my bed. Like, not on that thin little weird styrofoamy foamy mattress thing that I had in the RV. I'm on my real mattress, my memory foam mattress, which I bought a while back. And then I went and got a bed that I did like a payment plan on with whatever you call it, with Aaron's Furniture. Now that I'm here, I may do that again. But I think I might go through that again and then get a full-size bed thing for Sarah. So get her a frame for her for up here for now. Because right now she doesn't have a frame. She's literally sleeping with the mattress on the floor. She's like, I'm fine. And I'm like, no, I don't like it for you. I want you to have a bed, like an actual frame. Because she's not had a bed frame yet. Because she had a twin bed when we lived in the house. And when we moved into the RV, we put the twin mattress in the RV for her and got rid of the frame and stuff during our garage sale because we weren't going to need it, and it was no point in having that metal frame thing sitting in storage without the box spring. So we'd already given her box spring up because she was like, just get that up because I want to get a bigger bed anyway. So we ended up getting her the full-size bed and put that on the top overhead bunk area in the RV when Mike was here. So we wanted her to have a bigger bed, but we didn't end up with a frame because, of course, you don't need the frame in the RV. So now she needs a bed frame and box spring for a full-size bed. Not a queen, not a twin, the in-between, and not a double, because a double is smaller than a full, but bigger than a twin, if anybody is not understanding. Like, there's like 4 or 5 different mattress sizes, because you've got your twin, you got your extended twin, and you've got a double, and you've got the full-size bed. You've got an extended full. Then you have a queen, an extended queen. You got a king, California king, and an extended California king. Which a friend of mine has an extended California king, and can I just say, that's a ridiculously large bed. One, I'm so short, I don't need an extended bed. But when Sarah and Taylor were younger, when I got them their twin beds, I got them twin extended ones because the extended length. Because Taylor is long and tall, and I didn't want his feet hanging off the end of the bed. And then I did the same for Sarah because her feet were hanging off the end of her bed. Yeah, if you're in that 6-foot range, an extended length mattress is the way to go. It's harder to find the box springs to go with it. It was my birthday in January. Oh, okay, I have iPhone because my friend from Hannah, she went. Oh, okay. Nice, though. An iPhone for your birthday. See, that's the way to do it. But, heartburn. I got heartburn because I drank a coffee. Growing old sucks. You don't put that out there. It sucks. Good part is I got the carpet shampooer up here. I'm going to attempt to slowly use the carpet shampooer in here to see if I can't get some of the stuff out of the carpet. I don't want to go too overboard because this has no insulation underneath, so I don't want to wet the carpet to the point of going into the wood underneath. Gotta be really careful. Okay, so yes, she has today off. Okay, she's gonna love to hear that because she's so exhausted. Let me ask him. Hold on, guys. Make sure that he sends me a pic because she wants. Oh, okay. There you go. That's awesome. So, yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an adventure today. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of an adventure. Yeah, because I don't have another, like, twin sheet sort of thing. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm working on it. I'll send it soon. Okay, good. Good. Okay, because, all right. But anyway, you guys, good part is she doesn't have to go to work today. He's working out the new schedule. Is he lost another person? Oh, shoot. But yeah, so I have these curtains here, right? This is great because this is a good heavy curtain that keeps a lot of that heat out. However, this does not keep, like this area right here that's exposed, we don't have a curtain to fit that. And what I want to do is just cover the dog door piece with something to block the dog door window, and then find another piece to hang over the door itself. I might actually just move this curtain over and then extend these other two that were kind of junky pieces. Run those down the other side since they'd be out of the way. And then the other one would overlap it so that it wouldn't look too shabby, I guess would be the right word. And I got the sewing machine so I can sew that up a bit, make it a little bit cleaner looking. But who knows? We'll see, guys. I'm just so exhausted today already. I haven't even done anything yet, but I feel so like just drained. Even when I'm just like, I don't want to do anything, I can't help myself. So, but I do need to get the refrigerator up here today. So that's going to be one of the big ones. I got to get the fridge up here and reposition the kitchen stuff. I think the only thing I'm going to do is keep this big, heavier table because it has a better countertop on it. So I think I'm going to keep this set up, slide it down, put this big, huge table away. I really wanted to use this table for another purpose when we first moved in here, so I think I'm still going to do that. The biggest thing was going to be setting it up right outside this door to set up a gardening thing. So I want to set my vegetable garden up on there. However, I've run into one little dilemma, and I didn't realize this until after we were up here. The sun hits this side of the house a good chunk of the day. Dustin, like a huge chunk of the day. So I have to really rethink how I want to set up our little garden thing, because if I put it right here, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to put something to allow it to have some shade, because you don't want our sun here directly just beaming down on top of your plants. It gets so hot here, 116 to 120 plus, and then the sun beaming straight down on a plant is enough to really, like, it fries your plants. So I would need to get something that I could attach to the table, but also to the wall of the house that would allow it to stay shaded, but still give me access to watering and picking and stuff like that. But that was the plan. So I don't know yet if that's going to even work because of the fact that the sun hits this spot too much. We'll see. But yeah, that's what this table was going to get used for. And I still think I'm going to use it for that, but I got to figure out a better solution to doing it. Also, we've got everything. Okay. And so, but yeah, so it's just one of those things where I want to have my little vegetable garden thing going. I got to get the dog run finished. I really want to show you guys everything, but I also know I want to show it to you guys once it's all finished. Right now the dog run is ready to go, other than having a tall enough fence to prevent Danny from jumping out. And we do not have the baby gate anymore. I had a baby gate, like a dog gate thing, one of the really tall baby gates. It was sold as a baby gate to go across the stairs. And I don't know what happened while it was in storage. Went to get it out, and it was broken. Like broken. Like there's no way to fix it broken. And I was like, are you kidding me? That was the one thing we needed right now, other than an air conditioner. We needed that gate. It specifically need that for the safety of the dogs, so that when I let them outside, I can get them to go down the stairs, close that gate so that they're not getting up here on the deck where they can fall off. Tonks is doing great. He is so happy right now because one, he's got right where we have them, they have a really big area that's enclosed and fully shaded. And they're just having a heyday over there because they have so much room to run around, and they're completely shaded, and it's 6 foot tall fencing. Nobody can jump out. Winnie Bear is still on a rope thing. She's on a lead in there because Winnie Bear digs under the fence. So even if she digs out, she can't go anywhere, which she's done a couple times already, and realizing she can't go anywhere, and she comes back underneath the gate. Danny only escaped under the gate one time, and then she got in trouble for it, and she hasn't tried to escape under it anymore. She's jumped over the gate, and when she jumped over the gate and she got tethered in the yard, she still did it again. So when we put the 6 foot fencing up, she realized she can't go over, but she won't go under because she got disciplined for going under. One, because she got herself stuck when she went under. And not me disciplining her, nature disciplined her. She got her collar locked onto the piece, and she was not, one, she wasn't happy. Two, she was scared crapless because she was literally caught on the fence, couldn't get herself back or forward. And we were gone to go get stuff from storage. So we were gone for about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna guess she was stuck for quite a while. It's hot as heck outside. She got herself lodged under there. She couldn't get herself back the way she came, and she couldn't get herself forward because, like I said, she got her collar tangled on the underpiece hook of the fence. So in doing that, she scared the crap out of herself. So when I got her out, when we finally got her untangled, I had to actually cut that collar, by the way. So we had to cut her collar off because it was lodged. Because of all the struggling she did, she got it like lodged in there. And then we had to cut it loose. After we cut her free first, then we had to like cut it around the stuff and get it untangled from the piece. So she got herself a good disciplining from just nature itself. She got herself locked up and scared. So she won't go under anything anymore. Even like the ladder, like the steps to the RV, she used to dart underneath there and try to get out from there. She won't even go under the RV. Hi, Chris. So now when I take her out and she comes walking around with me, she used to go under the RV and run the other way to come around to the front, and now she doesn't. And that's because she got herself stuck going under something, and because that happened to her, she won't duck under anything. So everyone's doing good. We're doing good. Exhausted, but good. And slowly but surely getting the house together. Here's the thing, you guys. See this spot here right behind me? This is like our only real flat wall surface that goes from ceiling to floor. So I'm going to use this spot to put some pictures up. I was going to put the refrigerator here, right? I was like, I'll put the refrigerator there. One, there's no plug close enough. Two, the only plug that we do have that's close enough to it is along the back side of this wall. Three, that plug, any outlets on this wall here, all the way to the end, don't work. We don't know why. The owner has been here, so my pop's been here. We've gone in there, we've tried all the breakers. We cannot figure out, for the life of any of us, why none of these outlets right here will work. This has no bedrooms. It is a large studio, right? It's a 937 square foot studio. So you want to know where our wall is? It's temporary right now, but there will be walls put up because I will be the one putting in walls. But our temporary setup, a tarp. And it's actually too far this way. This was a random close it in because we tried to we wanted the ceiling fan, and we've realized, no, we don't want the ceiling fan in the bedroom. So we are going to move the curtain, the tarp, to the opposite side to put both ceiling fans on this side. We've closed in just under 400 square feet of space over there. We don't want it that big because the air conditioning unit that's back there only like cools 300 square feet or under. You would like to keep it smaller than 300 because then that means the AC is not working so hard. So we're gonna move that wall today. to shorten up our room. Our bedroom spaces are going to be small. That's the way it has to be right now, because that's the way it has to be. The other thing that I want to do is we want to, once we get the actual wall up, we're going to actually have 2 window AC units put in back there that will be blowing this direction. And then the small unit that's back there is going to actually get moved up here. But we're going to actually bring the refrigerator up. Refrigerator is going to go right here by the front door. And then this table is going to slide over 1 step so that we can set it right next to the fridge. So that way I have access to what we need when I'm cooking and doing stuff. Because right now we don't. And I do also want to get our countertops put in. The only thing, like that's kind of the only thing I think that is a bite, is the fact that we have these slanted ceilings. I don't know if you guys can really tell. See the wall? Our ceilings are slanted, right? So they go at this weird angle. So I'm trying to do this with you guys. The bedroom is right now, we have both beds and stuff in there. Right now it's closed off into like 400 square feet. This area is about 500. It's huge. So I can't really show you guys too much back here. Because like I said, Sarah is sleeping. So, but this is the bedroom space. So, like I said, I can't show you her, so I'm gonna move that way. But Sarah's sleeping right there, you guys. But it's got this. I just put the big styrofoams in the window and then pinned it so that they don't slide this direction. But this has got like my side. However, all this is gonna get changed around because that dresser is gonna get cleaned off and get moved over here. This table is gonna come out. That's my streaming setup. So, like I said, this is 400 square feet of space. What I'm gonna do is this table's gotta come out of here. One, it's too big to be in this space. So I'm gonna actually put, like this is, I'm not even kidding you guys, watch. Ready? That's the roof. I mean, this is our wall. So the wall goes up at an angle. So as you can see, we've got these angled walls. So this is your side wall, and then this is where your wall goes, right? It goes up. And then of course to the flat ceiling up there. But yeah, so when you're walking around in here, you gotta be really careful not to, like if I try to walk over to the actual wall, which is down here, you're gonna hit your head, so you gotta be careful. But my bed, once we move this over, okay, here's the problem. See the ceiling fan? We're gonna move the curtain to this side of it. So once we do that, it's going, I don't wanna show her. It's gonna cut off, not too much, honestly. So let's go right here so you can see this. So the ceiling fan is right there, right? So it's about 4 feet wide. So we're gonna lose about 4 feet, 5 feet worth of space right here. But when we do that, it's gonna allow us to have this side air conditioned. And then the rest of this will be part of that part of the house. I'm gonna also do that when we do the permanent walling, so to speak. What I wanna do is get this side set up. I want that window on that side with the air conditioning unit in it. So that one will have the bigger, stronger unit, so it'll blow all the way out to this side of the house, and then have this side be my bedroom once everything is said and done. Because we don't want to block that entire back side, because that's where the window is, which is where you need to be able to set a unit. Then the smaller unit can stay in my bedroom, which will give my bedroom its own air conditioning, and then the big unit will cool the rest of the house. It'll come down what we would call the hallway, and will cool the rest of the house. Because then that side of the house, because the window will be down its little hallway, that side of the house is going to get a wall put in, completely walled in right there, with a door that's going to become the closet. Because I really do want a closet space. So my closet will be outside the bedroom. But that'll just be something we work on as we go. That way the bedroom is the bedroom, the closet will be a closet, then I'll have a hallway that comes out into the main part of the house. And so that's kind of the goal. You guys, I feel so nauseous because I'm like boiling hot. And I probably should lay down because I'm bleeding so heavy. But yeah, that's gonna be the basic. Walking out here, it's so hot. Like I can't even breathe. But yeah, so that's gonna be the big thing. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today. I am so ugh. So maybe I do need to just say stop for a day. Maybe I do. But I'm looking at everything and it's like, to me, it's such a mess because nothing's finished. But I also know that exhausting myself is probably not the smartest thing. You guys can see that I have bags under my eyes from not resting enough. But I also know that I need to, like, if I'm gonna be productive, I need to also remember to take time for self-care, whether that be mental self-care or physical. And right now, I think my biggest thing is physical self-care. I'm not taking care of myself physically. The comment earlier about my weight. Yes, I have lost a lot, 87 pounds in 18 months. And yeah, I really need to buckle down and start taking care of myself. Because a lot of the weight that came off wasn't healthy weight, like wasn't weight that came off in a healthy manner. I've talked about this in the streams before. Oh, that looks tacky. A lot of the weight that I lost came off because I got really sick, and wasn't taking note of self-care. Like I was not taking care of myself correctly. I was like, what is that? Never mind. That's the intercom, by the way. If you guys are ever wondering what that is the intercom that communicates to the main house. Just an FYI. But anyway, besides that, it's one of those things where I got really sick. I didn't heed my own body warnings, and ended up in a hospital. Stupidly, even after being in the hospital, continued to push my body, push myself, got even worse, ended up back in a hospital again, and at that point my doctor said that if I didn't listen to my body, that I was going to put myself in a really, really, really bad situation. And so I ended up leaving the job due to medical reasons. And it took me another 3 months past leaving work because I left in November. And it took me all of November, all of December. I was really sick in December, you guys. And then all of January before I finally started to feel like I had my feet on the ground again. But by that point, when January rolled around, I had lost, at that moment, I think I was at just over like 74 pounds or 70 pounds, 74 pounds in that area, kind of fluctuated, where I had lost that. My doctor was not happy with me. I could see it. It was so drastic. Everybody at work had seen it. It was a very drastic weight drop. And it happened very quickly. The first few, like in January of 2019, when I first started changing lifestyle stuff for like trying to get my weight down and whatnot, I did a lot of like food choices that I eliminated from my diet. And then I changed up like what my regimen for exercise was. So that was like the two big things. And so I slowly started to take some weight off. It was really slow. It was like 2 pounds here in a month, another pound the next month. It was really slow and steady. It wasn't until end of July where I started to get really sick. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then August, it got real bad. And I think in August, I lost 30 pounds. And that was when I think the big hit, like that was like the massive drop, like the really drastic change, all in just a really short time. And my boss saw it and she got real concerned, and told me that I needed to see someone. And so I did. My doctor wasn't happy about it, but we couldn't quite pinpoint what it was yet until end of August. It was like very end of August when they did a bunch of tests on me. I did blood work. I did spinal work. They checked everything because at first they thought that I had some kind of like meningitis or other stuff. The doctor was really concerned. One, because I was in so much pain. I can't even describe to you what the pain was like. It was all over. It was like my body was literally being eaten by fire ants all over my skin. All my whole body burned. Like I had this burning sensation all over, like as if you had a sunburn and you were scratching it, but you don't feel it on the surface. You feel it under the surface, like in the tissue underneath, was what it felt like. It was horrible. Wouldn't wish that on anybody. And it was just kept snowballing. It was getting worse and worse. I couldn't eat. My ribs were like, I really felt like somebody had just went box town on me. Just was like a boxer just punched me in my ribs over and over and over again. I couldn't breathe right because I couldn't expand my rib cage. It was excruciating. I kept getting really dizzy, getting really faint. I think at one point I actually got so faint that I sat down right at the back of the pack line. They ended up getting me into the office. We were like, I was done for. And then I got told that I had lupus, end of August. Talked with my boss about it, told her what the doctor had said. So we kind of lightened my load, right? So we ended up hiring another manager. We ended up divvying up, splitting up the way the payments were made, so that way I wasn't getting more money than she was. And then so we figured out our payments for our hourly wage, whatnot. Took on a lighter load, so we thought that might work. And so for September and October, I worked a lighter load, but it wasn't getting any better. Like even with the lighter load, I was still getting worse. I was constantly, my hands were constantly like just shake. I was always on fire. My skin was just so on fire all the time. Touching hurt. My clothes rubbing my skin hurt. Like I was always on the verge of fighting tears all day long. And so finally I went to the doctor again, and at that point I had lost another almost 30 pounds by that point. And so I was just at like 70 pounds from January to the end of October. And so my doctor said, that's it. You need to stop. You have to make a drastic change. And so I put in my 2 weeks notice with work, and that was it. Oops. I'm going to move that. Go ahead. I've moved it.
No.
I know you don't have to work today.
No.
I know.
I'm off till Wednesday.
Off till Wednesday. I know. Jim sent me your schedule and stuff. So if you need to come and go potty and whatnot, I've got the camera turned around so you can go. So, happy camper? Got a couple more days to recover? Okay. Let me know when you're going to come this way, okay? And I'll move the camera. But, yeah. It was one of those things where it got really, really drastically bad. And so I finally left work. And I'm almost certain that at the midpoint of November, that Sarah and I bought, like this is before it all became a big deal. I think Sarah and I back in November caught COVID. I'm almost certain we did. For 5 weeks. 5 weeks. For me anyway. For her, it was I think hers was a quick run through. She ended up having like 3 weeks worth of violent coughing. Her nose, she could not for the life of her get her nose to clear up. Coughing like crazy, like coughing fits. She couldn't breathe, panicking. I got to the point where I had to actually go through and get breathing treatments done because I couldn't breathe. Went to the doctor. They tested both of us, said it wasn't the flu. They checked a bunch of other stuff and said, okay, it's just a really nasty respiratory infection. Put us on antibiotics, nothing, right? Didn't do anything. It was just really bad. For me, it was 5 straight weeks of absolute hell. I was sick all the way through Christmas. Could not breathe for the life of me. Like it was so painful. Like I literally felt like I had something just sitting on my chest the whole time. Like I had an elephant just sitting on me. And I just could not for the life of me, like feel like I could catch my breath. I was constantly dizzy. I the fever, man, we could not cut the fever. And it was just horrible. And then I went back a second time because it just wasn't getting better. And they told me that it was a severe respiratory infection. It's the only thing they could come up with. They weren't sure why it wasn't getting better. They put me on another round of antibiotics. Still didn't work. It didn't do anything the second time around either. And then slowly but surely I started to get better. And the cough started to ease up. My nose started to being where I could breathe again. But yeah, it was rough. So I'm almost certain that that's what that was. And so, of course, because I was so sick and I couldn't breathe and I was coughing all the time, I didn't eat right. So I lost even more weight. And so here we are now, June of 2020. And I am down officially from January of 2019 to now June of 2020, 18 months later. I'm down 87 pounds. And a huge chunk of that, over 60 pounds of that, was lost due to being ill. So I would say not really. I like the big congratulations is that I can officially say that about 25 pounds of it has come off due to the last 25 pounds, the ones that I've been working on, has been due to me doing so much work, physical labor. So these last 25 pounds have been, one, because I have the amount of calories I eat per day are very limited. That's not on purpose. It's just because I have the world's smallest stomach and I eat like a damn bird. Anybody who knows me knows this. Even when I was at my heaviest, I still eat like a damn bird. I can't sit and eat like an actual plate of food, like a normal damn human. They all said, "Hey, Sarah." So that's a thing. And so my kids always get on me, "Mom, you need to eat more than that." I just can't. I wish I could, but I can't. I can't put that much in my stomach. As much as I would like to, I can't. A burger, I cut it in half because I can eat about half of it when I force myself to get the whole half of it in. But then I have to wait before I can eat the other half. It just takes forever because I just can't. Like, I literally can't. I can get about 10 bites of something in and my belly is like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Too much." And then I feel like I've eaten a 7-course meal and I feel like I'm about to burst. But that's just how I have been. I've always been that way since I was little. I'm going to attribute a lot of that to our very limited amount of food we were allowed to have as kids, that I never stretched my stomach to being allowed to eat more than that. And so my stomach just can't handle large amounts. I eat a very minimal amount of food every day. So with that, my activity level though, and the type of activity, that's going to be the big kicker here. If your body gets used to something and it becomes used to something and it just becomes so routine, then your body takes that routine and it adjusts your weight loss to it, so to speak. So if your body becomes used to something, then you plateau, all right? So you don't gain, but you don't lose. You might gain depending on what you decide to intake. But when you're changing it up and your body doesn't know what to expect and you're burning and you're asking and you're demanding of your body more production from it, then you start to lose weight. So for me, I'm constantly going, constantly. So I'm, of course, all the work I was doing on the RV, living in the RV, we were out hiking, we were out fishing, we were out doing stuff, we were out swimming, doing a lot of walking with the dogs. So constantly doing stuff. And then we moved into here, right? So we moved up here onto the hill. And of course, I'm out there running with the dogs, exercising the dogs, working on the RV, climbing underneath, getting on top, doing those things. Then we get in here, and then I moved the entire house myself. So I packed up the RV stuff. I moved what we needed up here. And then, of course, we were on back and forth, a staircase, right? So staircase every single day, even now. And then I went and I moved everything from the storage unit on my own. So up and back and forth, right? So up and down these stairs, bringing everything in. And then on top of that, I'm constantly rearranging in here, trying to figure out what exactly I want for the layout. How do I want the layout? Do I want it here? Do I want it there? So I think I figured out for the temporary time being where we want bedroom space to be, living room space, kitchen. We don't need a dining room because we don't really dine in a dining room. So we have TV trays that we can sit and watch TV and dine together kind of thing. So I do want to get, I wasn't going to get it at first. I thought about it and then I was like, no, but I do want to get either 2 recliners or a nice sofa to put in here so that it kind of can be the center focal piece to the living space, so to speak. Don't know yet. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But today's goal is to get what I said done earlier. And then I think that that's going to be kind of the big main goal. How many times do you drink water a day? A lot. A lot. Speaking of which, hopefully my water is thawed out enough. We actually stick water in the freezer so that it will freeze the bottle of water and then it'll last us about 6 hours up here. But we'd buy the big bottles. Watch, hold on, be right back. I'll show you guys. Grabbing my water. It's already thawed out. Jesus. Jeez Louise. So these are 50 fluid ounces, right? So we got these big, huge things. We reuse these, by the way. So we bought ourselves each 3 of these, and we drink 3 of these a day. As you can tell, I've got ice in here.
Hey, Mom,
Yeah?
did you take laundry out?
Yeah.
Did you wash it?
Yeah. I've got a load in there right now with all your work clothes and stuff.
Is it drying or clean?
No, it's not drying yet. You want me to go down and throw them in the dryer?
Yes, please.
Okay. You guys want to go? I might lose connection, but let's go. You guys are getting a long stream today. She needs clothes. I took all the clothes away from her. Ah, it's so bright out here. Oh, the nurse is next door. Our door that goes in patio. Then we've got, this has to come out. I'm going to set on the outside gate, so is that. This is the toilet we just, I'm close enough. Maybe? I can't tell. Okay, so this is, of course, the stairway up to our house. And then the dogs are over there. See that big old awning? They're underneath there on that area. So they got that whole spot. This is the dog run down here. The boat is actually up off the ground. So if you guys are wondering, the dogs can still run underneath here. Then this is going to get extended and they're going to have a 6-foot fence here. But anyway, hold on. Did that turn? I can't tell because I can't see anything. Okay, there we go. So then you come into the patio and I've got the refrigerator, washer, dryer. I'm not gonna, well, you guys are gonna see it anyway, but this is what was upstairs when we moved up there. So I had to move all this stuff that was left up there. So that's a thing. But anyway, okay, this is ready. Oh, I need to put that in the trash. So I need to put this laundry in. This is so nice under here. We come down here because there's a TV and stuff, so, and we have like the recliner chair and stuff, which is where Grandpa used to sit. And so we'll sit down here and we'll watch a movie because the breeze that comes through here is so nice. Hi, Yusuf. Geesh, that was, sorry guys, that was loud. Don't mind me. I don't have a bra on because it's in the wash. Oh my goodness, hold on. Put that over there because it's in the way. And I need this hat. All right, all of Sarah's work clothes are going in the dryer. Another one of those. Because you know, when you live in a place with hard water, you want to make sure that everything gets some dryer sheets. There you are. Did you guys know that? When you, I'm permanently unemployed for, oh no! I'm sorry. These right here, when you use these, when you put your soap in it, you throw it into the wash with your clothes. It actually helps. And it cleans it out too, so you don't end up with a sticky lid. Okay, so now that she's got all her work clothes washed and my shorts are washed in there, I'm gonna set the next, oh God, do the next load. I need to bring the thing down here so I can go ahead and clean this out one more time. Sorry, guys. All right, next load of laundry going in. Should get enough in there for one more load, and then time to use the new. That right on top. Let's see here. All right, and bra, shorts, shirts. Because I gotta wash all these things again. These can go right there. Can't go in with this stuff. Sarah's shorts, shirts. That will go in there. See if we can get a chunk of this stuff in here this time. Good thing it's a large capacity washer. A couple more pieces, and then that'll be the last load right there. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my hair is like, it's getting so long that it's driving me crazy. But anyway, you guys, like I said, this part we're walking under right here, this is our deck. So, and then the house, this is the 3-car garage, the start of the 3-car garage that we sit on top of. So here's what I'm going to show you guys, because this is probably the craziest part. This is, because a lot of people always wonder when I say about how big our place is. So, my gosh, it's so bright out here. So, I can't see anything on this thing. Oh, it's as bright as it goes, so I can't see you guys, but there's our front door area. Hold on. Car's parked. Oh, I can't see. Sorry, guys. I can't tell if that's the... Is that the car? Yeah. So, this is the RV there. I've got to get the pool finished, cleaned it. But, you guys probably can't even see. But anyway, that is the 3-car garage that we're sitting on top of. It's huge. I can't see anything with this thing. That's the only bad part I think about the iPhone, is I can't see the screen at all once I come outside. Like, at all. Whoop. That sucks though. I'm sorry to hear that though. It really does. Got to take these things to the RV because those will be staying in the RV. I think, and as much as I hate to do this, but Danny done tore a bunch of chunks out of it, as you guys can see, because Danny loves to tear things up. Actually, there's a whole bunch of it that's missing chunks. So what I'm going to do with this thing was expensive. You guys, this was like $70 for this chunk of memory foam, okay? Stupid amount. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this and put these pieces in that slotted hole to insulate the areas where we're having a lot of exposure to heat coming in. And then I need to close in the 6-foot fencing on the, because this right here is a 4-foot fence. But Danny will just clear that. She'll just jump out. And then I need to go and get a gate that's going to go halfway up the stairs. So that way she can't just jump up here and run off the rooftop because there's no border on the rooftop. So, but yeah, so this is our refrigerator. This is going to, I'm trying to figure out how much taller than me is that refrigerator. what? Let's see here. About yay big. So I'll be all right. I'm so sorry though, Yosef. So I'm gonna take this bad boy upstairs because I'm tired of coming all the way down here just to get access to this when I'm cooking. It needs a really good cleaning. We got this, by the way, on Facebook because our refrigerator in the RV broke. If you guys have been following for a while, you know that. So the RV refrigerator broke and we needed something like ASAP. So once I get it upstairs, I'm gonna move the handles over to this side, adjust the door pieces over to this side so that way it'll open from the opposite side. If you didn't know you could do that with your refrigerator, you can. And it already comes with everything pre-done. So all your areas for changing it over are done, right? So you have your pieces here, so that's for changing over your door pieces, right? So you just take these off on this side and you adjust them onto here and onto here. So your refrigerators are made to switch your handles on your doors and the way your door opens, the orientation of your door, unless people didn't know that. So, but yes, so if you go up on top of your refrigerator, you will see right here where this is mounted on your door, you leave your door shut on this and you take these off, right? So you take your one off here, you take the ones off underneath, which I can't really show that on camera, but you take these off here and you switch your door. So you just move the brackets from one side to the other. This handle comes off and it moves over to this side. So there's already everything there for you. So once you've got it moved over, instead of the refrigerator opening this way, it'll open from this side and it'll open this way. So that way you're not opening it, you know, with you at a wall. So if I try to open it from this side right now, if I have it upstairs, when I open it right here, I'm gonna be against, the wall's gonna be against this spot. So it's gonna make it very difficult to get in the fridge without opening it completely up out of your way. So this way, when I open it, when I get upstairs, it'll open out towards the wall versus opening at the wall, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so once I get it upstairs, I will switch the handles and the opening orientation of the doors. And I can't see you guys, so if you guys type, give me a minute because I can't see a thing. Oh, it's so hot. Ugh. Oof. Okay. And I gotta go get the stuff to put in the door. I'm so confused as to why that is not sitting in there straight. Yeah, it's, sorry about that. So we're back upstairs. Oh, I'm already sweating now from just going out there. Whew. So, all right, anyway, we've been on here for a long time. Time to get off here and do stuff, get some stuff done, because we've been on for an hour and a half. All right, guys, you're amazing. Wish me luck as we try to figure this place out slowly but surely, because I'm boiling hot and I am exhausted. So you guys are fantastic. You're one of a kind. You're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing, being supportive, getting out there, being safe. Be safe, please. If you go shopping, whatnot, wear your face masks. And just, you know, social distance, be smart about it. And we love you all, and we will see you in the next video.